everybody. Welcome to another pick a card reading. So today's pick a card reading is going to be about what they like about you. So we're going to be taking a look at what physical traits does the person on your mind find most attractive about you? What personality qualities or behaviors do they admire in you? What emotional or spiritual connection do they feel with you? And then I'm going to be taking this over to the extended on Patreon, where I will find out what specific memory or moment makes them think fondly of you. How do they compare you to others they've known? And what do they wish they could tell you about how they feel? So, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards. We're going to find out. I'm going to go ahead and put the thumbnail up right now, so you can meditate on which pile or piles, if you feel drawn to more than one. You pick that. Yeah, you can go ahead and pick those now. I'm going to just keep shuffling. And I'm going to be pulling from the Stories Tarot today, as well as the Quirky Creatives Tarot. So, with that said, finish. Also, if you hear my dog snoring in the background, nothing I can do about that. And if you hear the rain pouring down, it's storming here. So, Alright, let's go ahead and jump right in and find out what they like about you. Hello, pile number one. Let's go ahead and jump right in. What physical traits does the person on your mind find most attractive about you? What physical traits does the person on your mind find most attractive about you? I'll go ahead and pull these cards. I'm going to be getting three. Actually, I'm told that one. Okay. I'm going to be getting three from the Stories Tarot. And then I'm going to be getting three from the Quirky Creatives Tarot. I don't know if I've ever... I think I've used the Quirky Creatives before, but it's been a long time. I like it because it's what I would call like a modern tarot, where you can actually... there's actual, a modern representation of people, I guess. I actually got an extra card. So it makes it easier when you're doing, physical characteristics or anything related to, a modern interpretation of everyday life, I guess you could say. Compared to, say, the Rider-Waite Tarot. So let me scoot some of these over so they can all be on screen. Okay. First up, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Coins, Virgo energy. We've got the Tower, Aries, Scorpio energy. And this is for the physical traits. The Magician, Gemini, Virgo energy. We've got the Star. What's up with all of these major cards? Aquarius energy. I don't know if you could see that. Okay. We've got the Ten of Wands. We've got the Explorer of Brushes. I think in this deck that is the Knight of Wands. Sagittarius energy. And then we've got the Hanged One, the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. Okay. So for physical traits, I'm picking up there's something here about darker hair is coming through very strongly. I'm pretty sure everybody on here, except for maybe the Magician, has really dark hair. So there's something here about they really like your hair. And also I'm going to add in a second that I have a homemade deck for physical characteristics, so I'm going to get a few cards from that. So we'll get to that in a minute. So they really like your hair. You may be someone who likes to take good care of your hair, or there's something about the haircut or the hairstyle, how you style it. Some of you could actually have wavy hair, is what I'm hearing. Now, if you're into men, or they are into men, there's something here this guy's got a mustache, but the other guys on here all are clean shaven. So some of them could like a mustache on a man. Others could like clean shaven. I feel like for a lot of you, they like that you take care of yourself. There's something here about taking time out Some of you could be into yoga or Pilates is what I'm hearing. Others of you could just be like your break from reality, I guess. Your time out from reality is what I'm hearing. Could be like taking care of yourself. Like we have with this here, the Hanged Man and the Ten of Wands, plus the Magician. There's something here about taking time out. Look, both of their eyes are closed. It's like, I need rest and relaxation. So there's something here about you taking care of yourself, like your mental health, your emotional health, your physical well-being. But you know how to have a good time. You know how to have fun. So as far as like physical characteristics go, they love that you are comfortable in your own skin. Some of you could be on the curvier side. I'm picking that up. While others of you, we've got a couple of, like, this person's really scrawny, this person's kind of scrawny. But we do have the more curvy people on here. There's something also about physical exercise, possibly running. You could be somebody who likes to actually focus on your style. I feel like when you're at home or you're working out, obviously you're into the comfy, casual style. But it feels like when you're in the office, when you go out with friends, something along those lines, you like to dress up a little. And they like that about you. Let's get some physical characteristics from my homemade deck. And see, I'm just going to pull a few cards. And it's not going to resonate with everybody because, you know, like, let's say I get black eyes, blonde hair, I don't know, and somebody who's short, like as far as the height goes. That's not going to resonate with everybody. So take whatever resonates, if it resonates at all. I'm just going to get a few of these. They just really like that you don't hesitate to take time out for yourself. Like, you just really focus on your well-being. So, okay. So we've got body type, hairstyle, and hair color. We've got auburn, reddish brown hair. Okay. So I was picking up brown, but that could resonate for somebody. We've also got long, for the hairstyle, long hair. Okay. And then for the body type, we've got slim, which I called out for the Hanged Man and for the Knight of Pentacles. It was coming through. But again, that's not for everybody. This woman is on the curvier side. This man felt a little bit more muscular to me. So again, there's an emphasis on like hair. There's something about hair. I kept feeling that at the beginning. Even if that's not your hair color and you don't have long hair, maybe you have short hair, maybe your hair is dark brown, maybe it's blonde, whatever. There's something here about they really love your hair. They love how you style it. It doesn't even matter if it's up in like a bun or a hair clip or something like that. Something about it they just love. If it's short, they maybe you have some curls, maybe it's wavy. They like it. Whatever it is, they like it. Okay? So that's what I'm seeing for the physical traits that they find most attractive about you. But let's go ahead and jump into the personality behaviors or qualities that they admire about you. Alright, let's find out what personality qualities or behaviors they admire about you. Pile number 1. Personality qualities or behaviors they admire about you. Take this one, that one wants to come out, and then this one. Okay, and same for the other tarot deck. Got this one. I'm gonna pick this one right here, and then that one. I'm also hearing this other one right here for some reason, even though I'm supposed to only pick 3. Or that's what the plan was anyway. So let me go ahead and arrange these. Okay, let's go ahead and find out. We've got strength, Leo energy. And this is the personality qualities or behaviors they admire. Knight of Swords, Gemini energy. The Fool, Aquarius in Aries energy. Then we've got Artist of Brushes. Artist of Brushes is, I think, Queen of Wands. Okay, yeah, that would make sense because there's that lizard on there. I'm pretty sure that's right. I may have to look that up in a second. We've got the Seven of Pentacles, or the Seven of Discs in this deck. Or Records, I think, is actually what it is. Eight of Wands. Okay. And then, okay, so maybe the Artist of Brushes is actually the King of Wands, okay? And the Nurturer is the Queen. I think that's how it goes. Nurturer of Pens is the Queen of Swords. All right, Libra energy. So we've got Leo again, Leo twice, Gemini, Aries, Aquarius, and then Libra. So, as far as personality qualities or behaviors, what do they admire? Strength right off the bat. They like your inner strength, your courage, the fact that you're bold enough to go out there and go towards what you want, whatever it is you're desiring. You're not afraid to make the first move and kind of step into the unknown. It's like, you know, if you think the grass is greener on the other side, you're going to go find out if the grass is greener on the other side. You're not going to wait for somebody to tell you that you shouldn't do that. You're not going to listen to them. You're just going to go. Side note, some of you could have a little dog, I'm seeing. It's just a little side note for somebody out there. But what they like is that you are bold and assertive. You don't take anybody's BS. You are actually patient though. Like if it means that you have to wait for something, like let's say you know that something is going to turn out even better than you had hoped for, even better than you expected. You don't mind waiting. You may be an impatient person because with all this bold energy, like I'm going after it, I'm going after what I want. The fact that you have to wait on something, I know a lot of you don't like that. Look at this woman's face. She's like, oh God, I have to wait. Are you kidding me? So for a lot of you, you don't like waiting. You're impatient. But you also know that if it's going to get you exactly what you want, then you have no problem waiting. I think they also like, you could be like someone who responds quickly to text messages, or you could even be somebody who likes to travel a lot. I'm getting that with the Eight of Wands, with the King of Wands, Nine of Swords, and the Fool. You could be somebody who likes to go on adventures. You could be someone who likes to, we've got planes on here on this card. You could travel a lot. You could want to travel a lot. You could be somebody who likes weekend getaway trips, I'm hearing. But yeah, I feel like you're the type of person who you don't hesitate to just go after your dreams. You have all these goals and wishes, and you're not going to sit around and wait for somebody else to make it happen for you, or wait for divine timing or any of that. You're like, no, I think I got this. I think I'm in charge here. I'm going to go after what I want. And I love that about you. They think you're so bold and assertive. It's not aggressive in any way. It's just that it's refreshing. They see it as refreshing because a lot of people stay in that stuck, stagnant energy, waiting around. And it's giving like Four of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. But they know that you will only wait around if you know you're going to actually get something you want. Otherwise, you're not waiting for anybody. This is very fast-moving energy. Nine of Swords and the Eight of Wands. This like go, 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 go kind of energy. So for a lot of you, what they admire as far as your personality goes, your behaviors, they admire how you have this sort of take charge, leadership energy. These qualities you have are definitely somebody who is a natural born leader. Somebody who is not going to take crap off of anybody. And I think for a lot of them, they see you as somebody who you don't put up with anybody's BS. You're not going to let anybody walk all over you. You're not anybody's doormat. Okay? So I think a lot of them could be envious in some ways. Not in a bad way where they let that little green monster get to them. I think it's more of like, man, I wish I was like that, you know? But they always see you in motion. You're constantly moving forward in some aspect of your life. You know, for a lot of you, this could be with work. For others, it could be with, you know, school or higher education, travel. maybe some of you are artists as well, but what I'm getting from this is that you never stay in one place. You never just stay kind of just stuck and stagnant and wishing that things would get better. You go out there and you make things happen. Whereas a lot of people wouldn't do that. A lot of people would sit around and whine and complain that their life sucks, and you're like, nah, I'm not going to sit around and do that. I'm going to try to make things better by going out there and going after what it is I want. You're just brave. They see that inner strength and courage in you as a sort of virtue, I guess. Something that's rare, because you don't find that in everybody. So that's what I'm saying they like about your personality qualities or behaviors. So there's a lot here, mainly that you just like to move forward with assertiveness, be bold and daring, venturous. You don't take crap off of anybody. And yeah, you're not afraid to go after what it is you want. Pile number 1. So that said, let's go ahead and jump into what emotional or spiritual connection do they feel with you. Alright, what emotional or spiritual connection does this person feel with pile number 1, Spirit? The collective for pile number 1. What emotional, that came right out, or spiritual connection does this person feel with pile number 1? Okay, I'm going to take this one and that one. Okay. Let's go ahead. Emotional or spiritual connection. Alright. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. The Chariot, Cancer energy. Again, if you hear my dog snoring in the background, don't mind her. This is a bonus card in this deck called Stairway to Light. It's a major arcana. It's not really a zodiac sign, but something about it reminds me of Judgment for some reason. We've got the Shadow, which is the Devil. Capricorn energy. Nurturer of Records is the Queen of Pentacles. So more Capricorn energy. And then we've got Death. I just said it reminds me of Judgment. I was about to say it's like Scorpio energy. And we've got Death, Scorpio energy. So, when it comes to emotional or a spiritual connection that they feel with you, there is something here, especially with that Scorpio. And I was saying with the Judgment card, even though the Judgment card isn't here, it feels like Judgment to me. It feels, you know, Stairway to Light is like going towards the light. You're climbing, you're ascending this staircase, I guess, stairway, and going towards the light, like kind of like ascending to heaven. Very spiritual. We've also got that white dove, which talks about peace, like finally finding peace in something. And then we've got Death, so it's almost like, it's weird because it's like dying, you can see, dying and then going towards the light. It's a weird combination, but yeah, it definitely feels like there is a spiritual connection here, something deeper. I also want to think of the snake, I think of like the Garden of Eden. I'm not religious, but if you know that story, yeah, there's something here. And then we've got the devil here. Oh my god, I just realized that. Got the snake and then we've got the devil. Oh, interesting. So I feel that with the emotional and spiritual connection here, there's something about, you started something within them. This Ace of Pentacles makes me think of like a new journey, but it happened quickly with that Chariot energy. It could have been something that has happened for a lengthy period of time. And what I mean by that is this person, and I feel this way about a lot of people, they feel like they're walking, talking zombies. Like, you might hear the expression NPCs, non-playable characters, where it feels like they've just dropped into the simulation, the Matrix, whatever you want to call it, our reality. And they're not actual people sometimes. It just feels like they're kind of walking around with their heads stuck on their phones and not paying attention to anything. Like they're not even actually alive. They're just like robots or zombies. I don't know how to describe that, but that's what this energy feels like. It feels like they were walking around. They didn't feel like they were alive. They didn't feel awakened, okay? And then it feels like when you came along, something new began. Now, we have the Chariot, which is a very fast-moving energy, but the Queen of Pentacles can be very slow-moving because it is that Pentacle energy, the Earth energy is very slow-moving. They take their time on everything. So it feels like you've awakened something in their shadow side. You know, this Devil here makes me think they were in their head a lot. They maybe had some obsessions about negative ways of thinking or addictions that they had in their life. And addictions could be, like I said, just scrolling on social media all day. That's an addiction. It doesn't have to be anything nefarious, but there's an awakening here. And while it feels like it kind of jolted them and they were kind of riding this high for a bit, this is taking place over a period of time. There's something here about, yes, they feel a major emotional and spiritual connection. I'm leaning more towards spiritual than emotional, though. Because even though we've got Scorpio and Cancer energy here, it feels like it's leaning on the spiritual side. Like, something you've done in their life has shaken them to their core. Again, not in a bad way. It's just like, sometimes people come up through in our lives, and they are a lesson and a blessing simultaneously. And this feels like one of those instances where this person was sleeping. Even though they were going through the motions of life, they were asleep, and you came through and you awakened them. So I feel like there is a heavy spiritual connection between you two. There could be emotional, like I said, but you're helping them see the light. You're helping them find that peace. It almost feels like with the Devil here and death, that they were, you know, these people, they have, you can see they're smoking, they're drinking, and this is an old picture, because this person's holding up the picture, and there's a little devil, XOXO. And then here we've got the snake wrapped around her. And you can see also like the butterflies. So again, death is about death, rebirth, transformation. You transformed their way of thinking. You transformed the way they see the world. You led them towards the light, towards peace. Them being in this energy, it was not a good place for them. I'm getting, because her eyes are covered, it's almost like mental for me, the way I'm viewing this. But it can also be emotional because it is Scorpio energy, water energy. They were in their shadow side. They were leaning towards that, their darker side. And you helped pull them out of that, towards the light, towards peace. I'm hearing also towards prosperity with that Queen of Pentacles. They could have been in this slump in their life where nothing was working out. Their finances were shit. And you were patient with them. You guided them in a new direction, so that they could get out of this slump, so that they could get into a more prosperous, abundant mentality, rather than this lack mentality, okay? So yeah, there's definitely a spiritual and emotional connection here, pile number 1, that you have with this person. There's no doubt about that. So, that is your reading. I'm going to take this over into the extended on Patreon. We'll find out what specific moment or moments make them think fondly of you. How do they compare you to others they've known? And what do they wish they could tell you about how they feel? Hopefully I'll see you over there. If not, that's okay. If this is where we part ways, thank you so much for watching. I hope something in this reading resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Hello, pile number 2. Let's go ahead and jump right in to what physical traits do they find most attractive about you? What physical traits does this person find most attractive about pile number 2, Spirit? What physical traits does the person on their mind find most attractive about pile number 2? Okay, let's go ahead, pull this, and then this one speaking to me. And then I'm going to, so that's the Stories Tarot. And then, let's just knock all of those cards into the floor. Oh gosh. And then I'm going to be pulling from the Quirky Creatives Tarot, which I really like. Okay, we've got 2 here. Let's get one more. I'm going to pull this one. Okay. So let's see, what physical traits do they find most attractive about you, pile number 2? We've got the moon, Pisces, Cancer energy. I associate it with Cancer because the moon rules Cancer in astrology, but technically it's Pisces energy. Interestingly enough, on this card and this deck, there's a Scorpion here. So it's like Scorpio as well. Might as well just say all water energy. Then we've got the Hermit, Virgo energy. There's something about nighttime, the dark. Oh my god. Death, Scorpio energy. What is going on? There's a darkness here. Interesting. We've got the Two of Pins. For this deck, it's Two of Swords. Okay. We've got the Two of Disc, which is the Two of Pentacles. What are the odds that both of these are coming out two back to back? Interesting. Then we've got the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Mugs, I think is what it is in this deck. So, interesting. Side note, because Paris is here, Eiffel Tower, you could have met this person in Paris. You could be French. They could be French. I don't know. Something about that. Or you really want to go to France and see the Eiffel Tower. Or you've already been. Maybe you just went. Some of you could have also met them at a cafe. Had a cafe, like a coffee date with them. Picking that up. Those are just side notes. Okay. Physical traits and characteristics. So, this is interesting. There's something here about, again, that darkness. Some of you could have long, dark hair. You could be a night owl. That's coming through. Maybe you work a night shift. Maybe you're just a night owl. You like staying up late at night. I know I do. Some of you could actually be parents. I'm seeing that with the baby here. And they're in the labor and delivery room. Some of you could have really nice hair. I mean, she's got really nice hair on here. This person has really long hair on here. There we go. And then this woman has purple hair. Some of you could dye your hair. That came through in pile number 1 too, that they really like the hair. And then it came through, I'm about to pull in a minute, this homemade physical traits deck that I created. And the hair of the hairstyle came through on pile number 1. So there may be a message for you there as well. I'm getting this very peaceful energy from you. I know that's not technically a physical trait, but it is coming through strongly. Like, these two people, look, they both have their eyes closed. They're meditating. Technically, this lady on the death card has her eyes closed, but I'm pretty sure she's deceased. Or, I mean, this is one of those weird cards. It's kind of like, what? That's not what usually death means, but okay. And then this lady has a smile on her face, like, oh my god, I'm so happy I'm here and looking at the Eiffel Tower and sipping some French coffee and eating croissants. Anyway, so it feels like all these people are at peace. That's what it feels like. It just feels very calm and peaceful, and you could be somebody who, oh my god, I just realized we've got the moon card here, and then the background here we've got the moon. What? Some of you could also, the moon makes me think of Cancer, and Cancers usually have like round faces. Interesting physical trait. They usually also have, like, when they smile, their eyes can kind of like crease up like crescent moons, and that's what makes me think of it with the moon and the crescent moon. Some of you could have longer noses, I'm getting. It's not going to be for everybody. And they like that nose, and they like your nose. I feel like a lot of you might actually be in a meditation with these two cards here. That's what it's giving me. Some of you could actually like to go camping as well, or hiking, or traveling. Some of you have a record collection. You like to listen to music. But as far as the physical traits go, there's definitely something here about the hair, the nose, the hair color style, the length. I'm hearing you have a pleasant face. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever picked that up in any reading I've ever done. I feel like a lot of you like to dress casually, to be honest. Pile number 1 I was picking up, they might dress up more formally. They usually wear casual comfy, and then they have, you know, more formal attire for like work or events. I'm not picking that up in this pile. This feels like a very laid back, like hoodie wearing, sundress wearing, sweatshirt kind of pile. Like sweatshirt, joggers, just very laid back kind of pile. Spirit, tell me more about these physical traits. Oh my god, I just realized what came out after what I just said. So we've got nose, And it says long. What did I say? I was looking at... You can see this person has kind of a long nose. And that's what it made me think of. So there's that confirmation. That's not for everybody. Again, just take what resonates with these. Because, you know, like I said with pile number 1, I told them, you could have like dark hair and then maybe blonde hair or red hair comes out. And it's like, well, they don't like that about me because I don't have that hair color. That's not what it means. It's just like, this is for somebody out there who needs a confirmation. So you could have dark eyes. I'm getting like dark brown, black eyes. They could like your eyes as well. It's just really the hair is sticking out to me for some reason. Give me 2 more, please, Spirit, about pile number 2's physical characteristics that their person likes about them. The nose, the straight nose just tried to come out. There's something about your nose. Oh, man. Okay, so here's another nose. Now short is coming out. So we got long and short, which is funny because I was thinking that earlier because I was like, she has kind of a short nose and she has kind of a short nose. And then this one has a long nose. I was like, maybe it's something about the nose. So they love your nose. They could also like your feet. That's a... I'm not trying to get into the weird side of like the internet, but I am noticing this woman's feet here. So there could be something about your feet as well. And also the feet on here. So. Okay, we got a hairstyle. And we got short with the hairstyle. Hairstyle? Short. Which reminds me of this woman. So the nose and the hairstyle definitely coming through for what your person likes about you. This kind of covers everybody. Long nose, short nose, maybe some of you have a medium nose, whatever it is. But if you have like a long hairstyle, or your hair's wavy or curly or whatever, it's okay. It just means just take whatever resonates, because it's not, like I said, not going to be for everybody. So that's what I'm seeing for you, pile number 2. Let's go ahead and jump in and find out what personality qualities or behaviors do they admire in you. What personality qualities or behaviors does this person admire in pile number 2, Spirit? What personality qualities or behaviors does this person admire for the collective for pile number 2? Got this card. Personality qualities or behaviors. Okay, we got an extra card. Hopefully these all fit. Yeah, they'll fit. Okay. What personality qualities or behaviors does this person admire about pile number 2? You hear my dog snoring? Yeah, don't mind her. Okay. This, I'm going to go ahead and get an extra card too. Instead of just getting 3 of these, but they'll kind of just match up. Personality qualities or behaviors does this person admire about pile number 2, Spirit? Okay, let's find out. 6 of Swords. Okay. 2 of Swords. 9 of Pentacles, or 9 of Coins. The High Priestess. So this would be Cancer Pisces energy. Explorer of Pens. I believe that is the Knight of Swords. I think the Explorer in this deck is the Knight. We've got Explorer of Records, so Knight of Pentacles. So that's Gemini energy, Virgo energy, heavy Mercurial energy. Then we've got the, what is this? Is it the 4 of Wands? Yeah, I believe it is the 4 of Wands. Okay. And then we've got the 5 of Disc, or 5 of Pentacles. Okay. So, what personality qualities or behaviors do they admire in you? The first thing I heard when that 6 of Swords, when I flipped it over, was you're willing to go the distance for those you care about, for those you love. I do feel like there are times where you can be kind of indecisive about things. You like to weigh your options. You may feel like you're unsure about maybe the direction in your life, or maybe you feel left out of certain like friends groups, family, work. Maybe you feel like you're behind in life and you just don't understand why. But I think this person sees you in a different light. I think they actually see you. You may feel, it's interesting because we've got the Four of Wands here and the Five of Pentacles here. These are two opposing energies. Like, this is conflicting. This is like, oh, I don't feel good enough. I'm not going to make it. You can see she's got like a guitar case. Like, and the posters are torn off. Like, oh, I'm not going to actually, nobody's going to listen to my music. I'm not good enough. Four of Wands, though, talks about, or the Four of Brushes in this deck, Four of Wands talks about stability and celebration, the exact opposite energy. So I think in a lot of ways you see yourself, the High Priestess too is about like inner knowing. You see yourself in a different light than how others see you. And this person, the way they see you with all this sunshine energy, somebody who's crushing their goals, somebody who is like a busy bee, somebody who gets stuff done, somebody who, you know, Five of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles, that's a huge leap. They're seeing you as somebody who is productive, somebody who is, in this scenario, would be like well-to-do, well-off. You don't see yourself that way for some reason. You see yourself as like, I don't know, like indecisive. When I'm looking at the Two of Swords and this Five of Pentacles, it's like, oh, I can't make up my mind. I don't know which path to take next. I don't know what to do next. I don't know which person or thing or whatever I should choose. My career's not taking off. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not making the amount of money I want to make. But this person is seeing you Four of Wands, Nine of Coins. That's stability. That is like, Nine of Coins is pre-Empress or pre-Emperor energy. It's like you're doing much better than you think you're doing. And you can see this woman's like, she's got all her goals crossed off. And it's got like finish, assessment, update client, something about a project, and then blog posts. Some of you could be bloggers, doesn't have to be, but you know, she's just getting stuff done. She's got all her notes there. She's got that pin in her ear, right? She's ready to move forward. So the personality qualities or behaviors that they admire about you is that you're willing to go the distance for whatever it is you love to do, for other people that you love in your life. It may take some time, but you are the type of person who has a plan. When I think about like the Knight of Pentacles, I think about, it's the slowest moving knight of the deck. Typically, he's not even moving at all, but he always has a plan. He's gonna cross his T's and dot his I's before he takes action. And then the Knight of Swords is like the fastest moving knight in the deck. And it's like once you plan, once you set everything out and you get everything done, then you put everything into action. So they love this about you. They love that you listen to your intuition, that even though you don't see yourself as the type of person who is crushing your goals left and right, or that you're not where you want to be, they don't see that. They don't see it that way. They see you in a totally different light. You are somebody who is accomplished in their eyes, somebody who's stable and secure. So they don't see this Five of Pentacles and Two of Swords wishy-washy, like, oh, I don't know if I'm ever gonna be a household name, or if I'm gonna make something in my life or do something with it. They don't see that. They already see you in this Nine of Pentacles and Four of Wands energy. You could be highly spiritual and intuitive as well with that High Priestess. You could be somebody who's into like crystals, and obviously you're watching a tarot reading, so yeah, there's that. But also, like, you could be somebody who trusts their intuition when a lot of people don't. So I feel that they could be viewing you as somebody who has it all in a lot of ways. And now this person could be at a distance with that Six of Swords. They don't have to be, but they're seeing you from a distant perspective is what it looks like. And what they're seeing is all of this that they love. They're not seeing that you behind the scenes, you know, sometimes you're indecisive and you're fearful that things aren't going to work out the way you'd hoped they would. But they just see you as somebody who's crushing their goals and accomplishing their dreams and making good money. They love that about you. So that's what I see for your personality qualities and behaviors that they admire about you. But let's take a look at the emotional and spiritual connection that they feel with you. Okay, Spirit, what is the emotional or spiritual connection that this person for pile number 2 feels about them? What do they feel with the collective for pile number 2? This person on their mind, spiritual or emotional connection for pile number 2. What emotional or spiritual connection does this person feel with pile number 2, please, Spirit? Okay. What emotional or spiritual connection does this person feel with pile number 2, please? I want this one. Okay. We've got the 10 of Wands. Okay. We've got the Queen of Cups, Cancer energy. We've got the Page of Wands, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. We've got the Moon. I associate this with Cancer because the Moon rules Cancer in astrology, but it is technically Pisces energy, so we'll just say Pisces Cancer. The Adventurer, the Fool, so Aquarius, Aries energy. And then we've got Student of Pens, which is the Page of Swords. Also, if you hear snoring in the background, that's my dog. She's really loud. This definitely feels more like an emotional connection than a spiritual connection. I'm going to be honest. It's funny because pile number 1 felt more spiritual than emotional, but this one it feels more emotional because of that Queen of Cups and the Moon. And we got 2 pages. I think you calm this person down. It's interesting with that 10 of Wands, it feels like life was kind of in chaos for them, and then you came in and you're so peaceful and loving and kind and nurturing with that Queen of Cups energy. Male or female, it doesn't matter, but that's what it feels like. It feels like you brought a lot of newness into their life because we've got the Page of Wands and then we've got the Page of Swords. So, you know, you can see the new project here. So it's like new. It's almost like you sparked new ideas for them. You can see this person is sitting here with a blank page thinking, like, what am I going to write next? This person's starting a new project. So there's something about newness here. On top of that, we've got the Fool. And you can see that they are traveling. Something about this reminds me of Machu Picchu. I don't know if that's what they were trying to depict, but that's what it reminds me of. So it could have been that you kind of, you know, Page of Wands has to do with travel as well. So it could have been that you kind of awakened this dormant side of them, I guess you could say, where they felt like they were in the dark. Moon is things that are hidden, like secretive. And it feels like they could have just been in this stressed out energy, tried to keep that hidden and buried deep, like within them, you know, like swept it under a rug. But they realized how stressed out they were. They realized that they couldn't keep going in that direction because it wasn't serving their highest good. It wasn't serving any purpose in their life. And here you come, this Queen of Cups adventurer energy, and you're just like, you're used to doing things on your own. You're used to being by yourself. You know, she's treating herself out to a date. Look at that. She's by herself. She's got champagne. She's got steak. She's good. And this person, it's like they watch you and they see that you can travel, you can take yourself out. You're highly, like, independent. Almost like hyper independent, you know? They admire that because it's almost like they're stuck and chained to this desk job, or they're stuck doing something that they don't want to do. And they see you being at peace, being emotionally stable. Look at the difference in their faces. Look at him. He's just like, oh, he's ready to like scream into a pillow. And she's like, la-di-da, let me sip on this champagne and eat this steak. So totally different. And then got the pages right after. So it's almost like once they met you, established this connection, you've introduced this whole like new world to them. Now suddenly they're coming up with ideas. Maybe they're learning how to get more organized. Maybe they're coming up with these new projects. Maybe they're writers and they're thinking about writing again. Maybe they're journaling. Maybe they're writing a book. Maybe they're drawing. I don't know. Something here. You can see this person's actually, it looks like they're holding a pen, but it looks like a painting. Maybe it's like color pencils. I don't know. It's like suddenly you're opening up their mind to be more artistic and more intuitive, and because the moon can talk about intuition, being more in touch with their emotions and learning how to ground themselves and how to be more emotionally mature, intelligent, stable. It's like, don't keep that hidden anymore. It's okay to find a healthy outlet for whatever that stress is. And I think that's what they're doing. They're finding that healthy outlet. New projects and new ideas, and that is what the connection is with you. It's more of an emotional connection rather than a spiritual. I mean, I think on some level you've helped them spiritually because of that Queen of Cups and the moon energy, very spiritual, but this feels like them trying to get their emotions under control, okay? And you helping them with that. And they have all of these wonderful ideas, these creative, artistic ideas that they need to put out into the world, and you're helping them see that more clearly. So that's what I'm seeing for you, pile number 2, as far as what they like about you. I'm going to be taking this over into the extended reading on Patreon. I would love it if you join us over there, but if not, that's okay. We're going to find out what specific memory or moment makes them think fondly of you. How do they compare you to others they've known? And what do they wish they could tell you about how they feel? So if this is where we part ways, thank you so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments below if this resonated. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Alright, pile number 3, let's go ahead and jump in and find out what physical traits do they find most attractive about you. Spirit, what physical traits does pile number 3's person find most attractive about them? I'm going to be pulling from the Stories Tarot, and then we'll be pulling from the, the Quirky Creatives Tarot. And then I have a little homemade deck I'm pulling from for the physical characteristics. So let's find out, or physical traits, I should say. And if you hear snoring in the background, that is my dog. Okay, so let's see, we've got these, and let's go ahead and get the Stories Tarot. Or not Stories Tarot, the Quirky Creatives Tarot. 3 cards. What physical traits do they find most attractive about pile number 3, Spirit? What physical traits they find most attractive about pile number 3? One more shuffle. Pulling these 2 right here. Okay. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Coins, so Capricorn energy. We've got the 4 of Swords, alright. We've got the 3 of Wands. We've got the 4 of Swords. Oh my god. I kind of want to put this underneath this one just because they match up. It's actually the 4 of Pens in this deck. We've got the 2 of Brushes, or the 2 of Wands. And then we've got the, it might be the Hermit. I saw the cup here, and they have like the cups in this deck. I think they're actually called mugs. So I wasn't sure at first if it was 9 of Cups or if it's the Hermit, but I'm pretty sure this is the Hermit. It's giving Hermit vibes. We'll go with that. We'll go with the Hermit. Okay. Crazy, we've got 2 of Wands and then 3 of Wands. Double 4 of Swords. Hermit, Virgo energy, Queen of Coins, Capricorn energy, so earthy energy. Okay. So, what physical traits do they find most attractive about you? There's something cute about you. I'm not sure what it is, but it's coming through as you being really cute. I'm looking at this woman here and then this woman here, and something about their facial expressions. They're kind of just like happy-go-lucky and cute. I know the 4 of Swords doesn't feel happy-go-lucky, but there's something here about hair. Maybe you wear your hair up in a ponytail. Some of you could have this kind of like golden strawberry blonde hair. Others of you could have dyed hair, like the purple hair here. I'm also seeing the dark hair over here. And I'm going to say it because this person's turn, they like your backside. Okay, I don't know how people are going to take that, but that's coming through. I think they like that. You also, I feel like you're very chill, the Hermit energy here. Very casual, but you know how to dress up when it comes to like going out, going to work, and they like the way you dress. Okay? I think you have interesting expressions too, pile number 3. There's something here about some of these expressions are, everybody's almost got a different expression going on. So maybe you're somebody who, you can't hide your emotions. You easily show your emotions. And you could have moon in the first house. That is in your natal chart. Because the moon represents emotions and the first house represents ourselves and how we project ourselves to the world or how we present ourselves. So in your natal chart, you could have moon in the first house. So a lot of you may not be able to have a poker face, is what I'm trying to say. You know, something happens, something crazy happens. You know, I'm picturing like being at work and sitting at in a boardroom with a group of people, and somebody says something kind of crazy and you not being able to hide your emotions. Like, oh my God, I can't believe they said that. And you got a shocked look on your face while everybody else is like poker face, like stone faced, right? Also, I'm noticing that this woman, she's got musical notes coming out. So she's humming, she's singing, the kid's kind of dancing along and really happy. So you could be somebody who like hums or sings to yourself. Side note there. There's also something about, and this is not to be weird, like one of these weird fetish people, but the feet here, the feet here, and then we see the feet again here. They could like your feet. I'm just putting it out there, okay? So there could be something about maybe they like the your feet, the style of shoes you wear, something along those lines. I'm also looking this weird message because they're wearing socks here. Maybe you wore some kind of crazy socks one time, or you had mismatched socks when you went to school or work or somewhere and you didn't even realize it and they called it out. That's very specific, but that is coming through. And again, this person is wearing, look, the headphones. Something about hearing like music. There's something here about music. Maybe you guys share the same musical taste, but there's something here about maybe you're musically gifted. You hum, you sing. Maybe you do it, you don't do it loudly. I'm not talking about like belting out Broadway tune. Maybe you do, I don't know. It just feels more like you're the type of person who will kind of like hum or sing a tune under your breath, you know? And they pay attention to that. They like that. I know that's not really a physical trait, but it is coming through. I mean, technically, I guess singing could be a physical trait, though, because it is coming from you. But yeah, so that's what I'm seeing with that. Let's get some more information about, tell me more about the physical traits they like about, I can't write out, about pile number 3, Spirit. This person, what physical traits do they like about pile number 3? So the first thing that came out was skin color, and it has porcelain. Again, this is not going to apply to everybody, alright? We do have some really light skin here, but it's not going to apply to everybody because everybody watching, you know, like I've said in the other piles, you could have like blonde hair, blue eyes, and then, you know, I could pull out dyed hair and brown eyes or black eyes and be like, oh, that's not me. But, you know, just take what resonates. Take whatever applies, because it's not going to, I'm only picking 3 cards out of this entire homemade deck of nothing but physical traits. So take whatever resonates. We've also got hair color, dark brown. Okay. And we do see that because I said this whole group here, this 4 cards, the first 4 had dark brown hair, but we also see this woman has purple hair, so dyed hairs on the mix, and like a coppery strawberry blonde is also something that they like about you. Okay, and then we've got body type. And then it's average. So you could just have an average body type. I wasn't picking up that anybody was really, because like I said, it just felt very like a chill. The Hermit, the 4 of Swords coming out twice. It just feels like a very chill group. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like, it doesn't really feel like you guys go to the gym or work out a whole lot. It feels more like you're into like meditation and spirituality and, you know, just going to work, going to the grocery store, running errands, and then like coming home and chilling. I'm feeling like a Netflix and chill kind of thing here. So that's what I'm seeing as far as physical traits. Let's go ahead and jump in and find out what personality qualities or behaviors do they admire in you. All right, Spirit, what personality qualities or behaviors does this person admire in group number 3? Pile number 3, Spirit. We've got 2 here. Let's get one more. What personality qualities or behaviors does this person admire in group number 3? So you got an extra card. Okay, that's fine. I'm trying to remember, was it pile number 2 that happened to? I can't remember. Okay, put that there. What personality qualities or behaviors do they admire in pile number 3? 2 more, please. What personality qualities or behaviors do they admire in pile number 3? And 1 more, please. I'm just going to take this one. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. All right. King of Wands, Leo energy. The Devil, Capricorn energy. Got, what is this? 8 of Cups. I almost said 9 of Cups. 8 of Cups. Okay. Page of Cups. So that's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. We've got the 6 of Wands. 6 of brushes in this deck. We've got the 4 of Disc or 4 of Pentacles. We've got the Nurturer of Mugs, which is the Queen of Cups. That is also Cancer energy. And then we've got the Innovator, which is the Magician, so Gemini, Virgo energy. Interesting. Okay. So what personality qualities or behaviors do they admire in you? They admire a lot of things. Okay, let's start with the King of Wands. King of Wands is somebody who is a natural born leader. They are not afraid to take charge. It's that Leo energy. I always say Leos and Capricorns are usually the CEOs, which is funny because you can actually see on this guy's desk, CEO. And then, of course, we've got Capricorn coming out with the Devil. So it feels a lot like this is somebody who's definitely seeing you as someone who likes to take charge. You are not afraid to walk away from anything that is not fulfilling you. If you, this doesn't matter if it's a person, if it's a place, if it's a, you know, like a job, something, you know, anything in your life. You're just one of those people that's like, nope, not feeling it, and you're out. Like, peace out. I also feel like for a lot of you, because this is qualities or behaviors, personality qualities or behaviors that they admire in you, with that Devil energy, it feels like you're not afraid to be, it's like you're in touch with your dark side. And what I mean by this, I don't mean this, typically the Devil's a toxic card, and it can talk about negativity. The way I'm feeling this intuitively with the King of Wands and like the Queen of Cups and the Magician, this feels like, and even the 6 of Wands, it feels like you're incredibly successful and you're not afraid to step outside your comfort zone because of that darker energy. I don't mean like you're worshiping the devil or anything like that. I mean like you don't have a problem with telling people where you stand in a situation. You're not a doormat. A lot of people use the phrase, you're not going to get ahead in life by being nice. No, I think, you know, being nice to people, being kind is great in a lot of situations. However, there is some truth to that, where you have to let people know that you are not a pushover. In every industry on this planet, I think people unfortunately learn that the hard way, that they are too nice or they aren't speaking up for themselves in situations. They get left behind. I think you've had to learn the hard way that you don't want to be left behind. You deserve to be at the top. And in order to do that, you have to tap into your darker side. It's sort of shadow side. You can't be closed off like the 4 of Pentacles. You have to be more more bold, more assertive. It's not aggressive energy. It's just that you have to tell people exactly what you want in order to get what it is that you want. Because if you don't, somebody else is going to get it. Somebody else is going to have that success or that victory. So you've had to you've had to grow backbone. They see that you've done this. It'd be the equivalent of somebody saying, well, we're not going to give you a raise this year. And then you find out that other people got raises, but you didn't. And instead of sitting there going and pouting, going, oh my God, I can't believe they didn't give me a raise. Why am I always left out? Blah, blah, blah. It's like you can tap into that dark side and march your ass right into that office, your boss's office, and go, yo, I just found out so-and-so and so-and-so and like pretty much everybody else in this team got a raise. Why the hell didn't I get one? Where's my raise? Why are you excluding me? That's discrimination. You know what I mean? Like, there's a huge difference between sitting there and like sulking at your desk and marching your ass in there and saying, this is what I deserve and I'm going to get it. You know? So that's just one example. With the Eight of Cups here, like somebody running away from like a date, that is another way I see this too. It's like you have a lot of love to give with this Page of Cups energy and like the Queen of Cups. You have a lot of love to give, but you're not going to give it to the wrong people. So if somebody shows toxic traits, you're going to be like, nope, I'm out, peace, goodbye. You are not going to put up with anybody who pushes your healthy boundaries because you push back, you know? So it feels like you become one with your shadow side, and not in a bad way. Again, it doesn't feel negative like the devil usually does. It feels like you are closed off to anybody who does not have your best interest in mind. And this person sees that. This person knows that if they come towards you, they have to come correct or they don't come at all. Period. Point blank. Okay? They see you as somebody who's highly successful. King of Wands, Six of Wands. The Magician. It's almost like you've done some sort of manifestation or magic to get to where you are, because it's like, whoa, this growth is insane. But again, it's because you've grown that backbone. You're not a doormat. You have put people in their place. You have stood up for yourself and told people, no, this is what I deserve and this is what I'm going to get. And if you don't fall in line, I'm out. I'm leaving. Goodbye. That is how you keep your peace. They see you as somebody who takes good care of yourself. You can see she's got her face mask on. She's by the ocean. She's got her tea. She's got her books. She's in a good place, right? And that's where you are. You have that self-love. You have those healthy boundaries. You have those, I wouldn't say walls up, but I think for a lot of you, it's just to keep the crazies out, you know? Like people who don't have your best interest in mind, the toxic people, like you're done dealing with them. Your peace is more important to you than anything else. And I think this person really sees that. They see that, again, they have to come correct or don't come at all. Because nothing is going to shake that peace. You're not going to let it. So, I think they also see you as somebody who is great at manifesting things with the Magician here. You could be somebody who jokingly will say, oh, I really want a free coffee, or I really want somebody to pay for my lunch today. I don't feel like paying for it. And then you guys go out to lunch and somebody randomly pays for your lunch. You know, just using that as an example. Or this person, this person sees you come to the office and you're like, oh my God, the craziest thing happened. I wanted a free coffee and somebody in line paid for everybody's coffee and we all got free coffee, you know? Or you just, I don't know. It feels like you have a lot of luck, or you're about to have a lot of luck. It just feels like, you can put your words out there. You can speak things into existence and then they happen. And this person's like amazed by that. They're like, what? But it's because you have this sort of like dreamer energy with the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is the dreamer. It's like a daydreamy kind of energy. Like, anything's possible. I can do this. And you're like, watch me. And then you do it. So I feel like you have all the tools necessary to accomplish whatever it is you want to accomplish in this lifetime. And you're not afraid to put yourself out there and do whatever it takes to accomplish those things. But I also think you're a powerful manifester, and they see that. So, pile number 3, that's what I have for your personality qualities or behaviors that they admire in you. Let's take a look at what emotional or spiritual connection do they feel with you. All right. What emotional or spiritual connection does the person on pile number 3's mind feel about them? What emotional or spiritual connection does the person on pile number 3's mind feel about them, Spirit? What emotional or spiritual connection does the person... Ooh, that one wants to come out. Okay. And had these come out. I'm going to put these, actually, put them here, here, there. Alright. What emotional or spiritual connection does this person feel with pile number 3, Spirit? What emotional or spiritual connection does this person feel with pile number 3? I'm just going to take this one, speaking to me, shuffle one more time. Emotional or spiritual connection. And I'm going to take this one. Actually, this one is speaking. Now I'm taking a bonus. I didn't do that with any of the other piles. Okay, let's do this. That's a lot of cards. Alright. We've got 2 of Cups right off the bat. Okay. They probably feel like this is a soulmate connection. Ace of Wands. Wow. They're incredibly attracted to you. 6 of Wands. Okay. King of Cups. Scorpio energy. What is this? 6 of... Is that disc? Yeah, 6 of Pentacles. I almost said 6 of Cups because it looks like a cup here, but she's got the disc on her apron. 6 of Pentacles. We've got the Page of Pentacles. Okay. Could have met this person at school or at work. Okay. We've got the Page of Cups. Alright. So we've got heavy earth energy. We've got the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We've got Scorpio up here. Then we've got the 8 of Pins, which is the 8 of Swords. Okay. And then we've got the Ace of Pins, or the Ace of Swords. Interesting. This feels more emotional than spiritual, to be honest. Scoot these down so you can see. Because we do have a lot of that water energy. And then it feels more practical with the Swords and the Pentacles. So it feels more emotional than spiritual. Although the water energy could be spiritual for sure. With that 2 of Cups, Page of Cups, even like the King of Cups. You got 2 aces too. They feel this sort of like soulmate connection. That's what I heard. And when I thought this was the 6 of Cups, I definitely thought, I was like, that'd be crazy if it came out underneath the 2 of Cups, because that would be like a soulmate, like a past life soulmate connection. So I do feel like this person views you as some sort of soulmate in their life. I think this person, as far as the emotional and spiritual connection, I think they get really excited when they see you. I feel like you've opened their minds to a lot of things. With the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords here, this tells me that, you know, they have this new beginning when they met you. It's like they had some sort of breakthrough here. But they're also incredibly attracted to you with that Ace of Wands. But then we've also got 2 pages, which is kind of like this, you know, it's the start of the court cards. It's like something new, something young that's beginning. But their emotions for you, the King of Cups, are at their highest. The King. It's not a page. I think it's graduated. I think it started out with the page, and now then it's slowly graduated over time to the King. This person, I feel very excited energy from this. I know we have this 8 of Swords here. So I do feel like this person thinks that sometimes you can get in your own way. Like, and maybe it's them as well, where there's a self-sabotage energy. However, they see you as, in this connection, as like an equal, reciprocal, you know, give and take kind of energy with that, or connection with that 6 of Pentacles. It's like, you know, whatever you put out, you get back. They know that. They know that you two have this balance. It's like a balanced, harmonious connection. But again, 6 of Wands, and look at her face on here, and look at her face on here. The face is on here, the face, I mean, look at how excited all of their faces are. person is always excited to see you. You could be somebody who just like really brightens their day. Again, they just feel a deep connection with you. They see you as somebody who's like charitable, generous, kind, and compassionate. You could like to read or write, I'm getting, because we've got the pen here with all these, you can see the notes. This person here is, they've got an open note, like a journal, notepad, blank, and they're struggling to write something. She's got a book, so there could be something here about like writing. I feel like you're very successful in whatever it is you do. I keep getting this like energy where you guys go to school together or you work together. It's not for everybody, but it's coming through strongly. I think this person feels like you help them, like you push them towards to trying new things. Let's put it that way, with 2 aces coming out. And they feel like they're just beginning compared to you. Let's say, for instance, you've done a lot of traveling, you've done a lot of reading, you've gotten, maybe you have a higher education. Let's say that. And they're not where they want to be. I feel like you help them have this sort of breakthrough, this clarity about their life and the direction it's going in. And now they're not afraid to book that trip or to get that visa or to take lessons in something to help, let's say, the impoverished, the homeless, something, you know, because this is all about charity, being more generous. It's like volunteer work. This is all about being like a student. It could be a student of life, but starting something new, being a dreamer and listening to your dreams and believing that they can come true. So it's almost like you've given this person hope to believe again, to dream again. I think they were struggling. It's weird because I feel like this is them. I don't feel like it's you. I feel like for a long time they were struggling. They were self-sabotaging. They couldn't get out of this prison of their mind. The prison of their own making is what I'm hearing. They were all up in their emotions. And then you come along and, you know, you're kind of leading by example is what it feels like. You're showing them like, hey, don't stress it. It's fine. Get your emotions under control. Get clear about what it is you want with this, you know, Ace of Swords. And everything will start falling into place. And you've inspired them. That's what it is. You're inspiring to them. So this feels more, I mean, it could be both emotional and spiritual. You could help this person on their path, like their life journey. Like maybe they were stuck in a bad place previously, and you're leading by example, so you're showing them the direction they're meant to be going on. Like you're helping them put the pieces of a puzzle into place and getting them on the right path that their souls are supposed to be on. It's like a soul's journey. It's interesting that this comes up because I was just reading a story yesterday about, this is just a little side note, talking about how we don't realize how much we impact other people along the way. And I was reading this story about, was it earlier today? Yeah, it was yesterday. That's what it was. And this woman was talking about how, I believe it's her grandmother, talking about how her grandmother knew Marilyn Monroe and knew her when she was Norma Jean, not Marilyn Monroe. You know, if you know anything about Marilyn Monroe, she struggled with a lot of like depression and stuff. She had a troubled childhood. You know, a lot of people do, but she just wanted to make it big. She wanted to be somebody. She befriended this woman's grandmother, and she said that she always felt, her grandmother always felt so bad for Norma Jean because she had such a troubled childhood. She had it rough growing up, and this actually inspired the woman's grandmother to later in life end up fostering children who come from bad homes. Kids who were stuck in the foster care system that nobody wanted. You know, they had been taken out of bad homes and put in that foster care system. Whether they were born, you know, and automatically put there, or they were taken out of abusive homes and put there, it doesn't matter. But the point is, because of Norma Jean, Marilyn Monroe, and her upbringing, she inspired this other woman to help children who needed to be loved and cared for, because she saw that little child in Norma Jean, in Marilyn. She saw that child that needed nurturing and care and never received it. And that always stuck with her. And so later on in life, she signed up to foster children, and that's what she did for the rest of her days until she was old, you know? And that was such an inspiring story. And it just makes me think about how much we have this connection to other people, and we don't even realize that we inspire others. And I feel like for you, pile number 3, this is exactly what you've done with this person. You've inspired them to get out of that mental prison and to have this clarity, this truth, see the light, have this breakthrough, get fired up and passionate about what it is they want, and go after their dreams. So they see you as somebody who is inspiring. They want to be like you. They're inspired by how you handle things in life and what you've done with your life. Even if you were kind of like a Marilyn Monroe, you didn't have a great childhood growing up and you've struggled, they are inspired that you've come out of that, you've made something of yourself. Because I think for the longest they felt stuck, and now they finally see the light. They finally see a light at the end of the tunnel. They have a way out, all because of you. So when it comes to whether this is emotional or spiritual, I think it's both, honestly. You got a lot of Cups energy here. 2 of Cups, King of Cups, you got the Page of Cups, but you've also got a lot of fire, air, and earth here. So it feels like you're just helping them get on the right path. So you definitely have that deeper emotional and spiritual connection with this person. And you're helping them see what they're meant to actually be doing to help humanity as a whole. So that's what I'm seeing for you, pile number 3. Hopefully something in this reading resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. I'm going to be taking this over into the extended. We'll find out what specific memory or moment makes them think fondly of you. How do they compare you to others they've known? And what do they wish they could tell you about how they feel? I would love it if you join us over on Patreon. But if not, if this is where we part ways, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in my next video.